should be like you, Melvin.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Cherries fans, wherever you are in the world watching right now. Welcome back to another edition of Cherry AM on this very clear and very bright Tuesday morning. Welcome back, Malcolm. How are you doing this morning?
Yeah, morning, Ollie. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Yeah, nice sunny morning here in Berlin. Blue sky. Yeah.
Excellent. That's all we want, isn't it, towards the end of August?
Yeah.
Let's jump straight into the chat because it is popping off already this morning. So we'll say hello and then we'll bust straight into the show because we've got quite a few things to get through this morning. So firstly, Darren Hurst, greetings and salutations one and all. Yeah, good.
Morning,
good evening, Darren, I believe.
Good evening. Yeah, sorry.
Good evening. Dan Short, good morning all. Morning, Dan.
Morning, Dan.
David DaCosta, good morning, everyone. Again, is that a good evening, David, I think?
Good day, David.
Good day, David, yeah. Darren, morning, Dan and David. Fantastic. Chris, morning, everyone. Up the Cherries. Good morning, Chris.
Morning, Chris.
I did see your comment at the end of the show last night as well, Chris. I think just as we were closing off. So, yeah, next week on the Tottenham show for sure. By all means, jump on and have your say, mate, because I think I missed you out yesterday. Darren Hurst, morning. Chris, up the Cherries indeed. Dave, Paul from Oz. Hi, guys. Paul from Oz here. Hi, Dave.
Morning, Paul. Good evening, Paul.
Yeah, but back and forth as always. Liam Humby, good morning, everyone. Up the Cherries. Morning, Liam.
Morning, Liam, mate.
David says, hi, Paul. And Liam says, looking forward to the game tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's going to be discussed very, very shortly after we bring up what I believe is probably going to be the most talked about topic and most wanted topic this morning, as our chat is consistently requesting speculation on transfers in and out. So this morning, we are going to discuss Axel Disasi, the French centre-back from Chelsea. Looking like he's going to be joining AFC Bournemouth on a loan to buy agreement very shortly. Fantastic player, in my opinion, and a great addition to the squad for sure. Malcolm, how much do you know about him?
Very little, in as much that he's French. He was also in Monaco. He was at Aston Villa, I believe.
Absolutely, yeah. Last season.
I mean, I'm not a person for stats or everything, but looking at what I've just found literally minutes ago, centre back, which is what we've been looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty solid, mate. Pretty solid. And strangely enough, from Chelsea again. You know,
It's strange, isn't it? Whatever relationship we're building up with Chelsea at the moment,
Yeah, but centre backs.
for centre backs and
Yeah,
goalkeepers.
yeah. So Ake, remember him?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we had him on loan, didn't we? And he went back to Chelsea.
Yeah.
And everybody was so disappointed. And I actually remember watching a Chelsea game on TV, and he was sat on the bench, and he looked absolutely fed up. I was just thinking, the poor lad, he wants to play football. He was on the team sheet, first on the team sheet every week for us, wasn't he? So,
Yeah.
and it was a joy when we actually managed to sign him, and get him in on our books as a permanent. So that was, who knows? Who knows? Chelsea and centre backs to Bournemouth. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah, and in regards to Disasi as a player, obviously Premier League and World Cup experience, firstly.
Yeah.
We mentioned the stint at Aston Villa, obviously before that, a loan spell at Chelsea, very short, but then obviously France, Monaco, Reims, which is where we started off. But international experience for under-20s at France. He had 7 matches with Villa last season, picked up 2 yellows, which shows he's obviously got a bit of attacking nous about him. He's happy to get stuck in, which is nice to see. Perfect for us, really. It is in the advanced negotiations. There is some competing interests, so the likes of Wolves, Newcastle, Napoli, among some other clubs showing interest, and they're looking for around 30 million when the agreement goes through. We are obviously actively looking for an additional centre back, right, to continue to build on depth. I think Disasi would be the perfect physical profile for that. As you know, set pieces, we're going to need someone who's strong in the air and robust on the ground. That's as simple as it comes down to be able to fit in initially to our back four. And again, ideal for Iriola's defensive structure. He's offered reliability at the highest level, playing for national teams and international levels. So, I can't complain with that signing. That looks like it should be getting over the line this week.
So who would he replace? Who would drop down the pecking order?
Well, I guess it'd have to be Senesi, right? Senesi and James Hill. It'd have to be Diakite and Disasi to start.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's an incredibly strong duo in centre back. With Trafel on the left, crikey, we've built an incredible defensive line there. That have probably at some place all played with each other, whether that be internationally for France or one of these French teams back in the day.
Yeah,
these players look like they've come from the same realms.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, super exciting, and it'd be fantastic to see them both starting together as a duo. Just jumping into the chat quickly. Looking forward to the game tonight, Liam. Yep, absolutely. So are we. Is AFCB site showing game tonight or unable to watch it? Or unable to watch it here in Oz? Malcolm, I think you're unable to watch it as well, right? So it's not going to be showing on Terry's site.
I haven't seen anything at this moment, so I'm going to have to do a bit of searching, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Failing that, I'll just have to, follow it on a ticker or something.
Yeah. In answer to your question, Darren, I'm not sure. To be honest. I don't think it is being shown on the website. Dan Shorts, Axel Disasi move in, Paulson out on loan. Yeah, I knew that there was going to be some unhappy thoughts and opinions around Paulson going out and Will Dennis staying in. I'm not sure what your opinion is on that, Malcolm.
Yeah, it's difficult with 3 keepers. One of them's going to be unhappy, isn't he? So I'm a bit disappointed. I'd love to have seen him get some minutes, Paulson, to see what it's about, basically, because we haven't had really that opportunity, have we?
No, not entirely. Not from our view as Premier League and first team watchers for Bournemouth. No, I've not. I really, really want to see him get some minutes. But
I was hoping that, to be honest, that he'd have played in the cup games. But obviously, if he's moving out on loan, then maybe it's just for him to get plenty of minutes under his belt.
Yeah.
As it is just a loan, so we'll get him back.
So yeah, it's confirmed as of 7 hours ago from the AFC Bournemouth website. Poulsen loaned to Polish team Lechia Gdansk for another season. So the thing is, in my opinion, that is positive in regards to Poulsen being in the squad long term. It looks like they're getting him ready. It looks like they're trying to give him exposure and experience around the world to make sure that he's an on-form goalkeeper. So it could be looked at either way. But I'd like to see him back. I'd like to see him back.
Yeah, I mean, obviously playing down under and then going straight into the Premier League is very, very tough, isn't it? So maybe not a sideways move, but maybe one step back. Playing in Poland, if he gets the game time, prove his worth, then great. It is his road in his career, isn't it? So move on, move up. Yeah. So yeah, wish him luck. Wish him luck.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Echo those words entirely. Morning, Ethan Bernie. Morning, all.
Morning, Ethan.
Dan Shaw, did I see Aki coming back? Oh, I don't think so. I don't think it happened. No, yeah. Can't imagine. I think that'd be 5 steps back for him, but only at the moment, seeing how he's getting on. But yeah, not at the moment, Dan, unfortunately. Paul Sands, good morning, everyone. Morning, Paul.
Morning, Paul.
Just hope Andoni can do something with Axel. What I've seen of him, he does not impress. Interesting.
Watch this space.
Yeah, absolutely. Watch this space. I think you've nailed it there in the same sentence, Paul. I think there's a reason Andoni brings certain players into the squad. I don't think it's due to skill and performance and what's been seen previously. I think there is an entire psychology around the players that he's picking, the characteristics he's bringing into the team, the mentality that he's trying to build, and the relationships that he's building between different areas on the pitch. I think are where Andoni's priorities are lying at the moment. But yeah, fingers crossed, and yeah, defo watch this space. Dan Shorts, the week before transfer window shuts, any outgoings, please? Yeah, what we'll do, Dan, is me and Malcolm are back on tomorrow, so we'll do a section on outgoings and confirm everyone's who's gone. But I believe there was a couple last week, I believe, off the top of my head, Adu Adjei, Billings went as well. Is that right? And a couple of others. Off the top of my head, Dan, not 100% sure. We'll go over these outgoings tomorrow for you. Darren Hurst, we're looking like a very formidable team. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Dan Short, predicted lineup for tonight. It's an interesting one, Dan. I'll be honest, I think we should be aiming to win tonight. I don't think we should be testing players, bringing out academy players, trying second or third keepers. I don't think any of that's necessary. I think we should be going out to get another solid win tonight. And in that sense, I think we should play the same team that we started with against Wolves. In my opinion.
Don't think it's going to happen.
What do you reckon?
Well, I think the spine of the squad will stay, or the starting 11, sorry, will stay. I think he will probably put Adley in to start with. Maybe even put Brooksy on the bench. That's one I would reckon Andoni would do.
It'd be fantastic to see Adley start. It'd be really, I'd be kudos and credit where credit's due for the minutes that he played against Wolves.
Possibly Trafford on the bench and Soler coming to give him some minutes. Will make some sense. And now I'm going to stick my neck out here. Ben Doak to start, but how are they going to work? I mean, Adley can play on the left as well. But for who? You see, if Ben Doak comes in, then for who? So that is my guess. I think he'll also, when possible, give Cliver and Christie some minutes to get them, obviously more game time, having been out for so long. That would make sense. I mean, I wouldn't say that they would start at the weekend because it's probably too early, but at least, give them a run out. I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. So I'm going to stick my neck out and go for that one. There we go.
Yeah, fair. Do you know what? I'll be honest, I'd be happy with either. So I think that would also be a super exciting lineup to be coming out at Brentford.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
You won't put out a weak side, definitely not.
No. Yeah, looking forward to that. I believe that's the 7:45 kickoff on Sky Sports Plus tonight, but you don't get Sky Sports Plus over where you are, do you?
No, I mean, I've got Sky Sport, but not Plus. So
No.
My package doesn't include, all these extra games.
Yeah, fair enough. Matthew Harrison, good morning to you, sir.
Morning, Matt.
If Paulson is not getting game time, it is best for his development to get game time. He is the future. I hear it's a loan deal to a club in Poland. Yeah, 100% spot on. It is a loan deal to Gdansk, Lechia Gdansk in Poland for the whole season. And as we've just mentioned, mate, I couldn't agree more. It's definitely for more exposure and just get him built into a better position to be coming into at least, if not the first team lineup, the squad, and the subs bench for Coulson.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so Sean's just confirmed. Just had a quick search. It says the game is on Sky Sports Plus. Yeah, thanks, Sean. Awesome. Nick Gillings, good morning. Excuse me. Glad to get a win over Wolves. Looking forward to improving our recent record versus Brentford tonight in the League Cup.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Darren Hurst, Paulson to get game time experience is good, like Malcolm says. Australian A-League football is equivalent to champions at best, if not Div 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would have argued that that Paulson should have gone to Championship over European football, just so that he could have had a bit more exposure into the English game rather than playing in Poland against Polish teams on Polish pitches in Polish weather. You'd have just thought that if we were trying to build him up, then Div 1 or Championship would have made sense. But who knows? Who knows? In that respect, I'm not sure. So my opinion might not matter too much. Nick Gillings, good luck to our players going out on loan and to Phil Bill, who was great for us during his time here. Yeah, we're going to cover some of that tomorrow, Nick, for sure. And Donny wants to do well in the cups, so I think we'll go strong. Yeah, I think that too. Yeah, I fully hope that we don't mess around tonight and that there isn't, any surprise bringing forwards into the first team, academy players, things like that. Let's keep a red on. Third game of the season, first game of the cup. Let's go out and take it home. Sean. Dennis Senesi Hill, Julian Doak, Dally Winterburn, Scott Cliver Croupy.
No.
Yeah, I'm also going to say no. Yeah, that's too much of a change for me. Too much of a change. Plus, it's too many red cards there, unfortunately. Too many red flags for players coming in and getting minutes initially. I think we've got to start stronger than that. We've got to start with more of a spine. We've got to go into the game strong, in my opinion.
I think maybe at most 3, possibly 4 changes. Other than that, like I said, the spine of the team will probably stay the same.
Yeah, I was about to say, and Sean, I'm not arguing it's not a strong team, but I'm arguing that the spine isn't there. We need more of our main team in that squad for sure. But nevertheless, looking forward to what happens. Looking forward to what Andoni decides, because it's going to be a fantastic game either way. Brentford for me is an absolute trump club. They are always the club that I get worried about playing, whether it be home or away, in the cup, in the league. So for me, I'm going to be a bit anxious about tonight anyway. But fingers are crossed, and all hope is in the fact that we'll get a win. So
it's always a good watch, Ollie.
Yeah, it's always a good game for sure. Tommy Parry, Christy Cliver,
possibly,
yeah, for sure. Start strongest team, get 3 or 4 goals, then maybe give others a run from 60 minutes. agreed. Absolutely agreed. I want Krupi to get large minutes.
Me
Sean
too. Me too.
Yeah. Right, Sean, I have just seen your comment, but before we go on to that, mate, I do just want to cover some other bits and bobs. So next, after the AFC Bournemouth Brentford game, was Bournemouth women. So just wanted to give a quick rundown because we have already won our first 2 games. We obviously beat Billericay Town 7-0, which I think was expected. But we then won the cup game against Bournemouth Sports 3-0, which is also fantastic news. And then beating #United, which I think was our first real challenge of the season.
Yeah.
And we beat them 2-1. So currently we're standing first at the top of the table with an 8-goal difference and 6 points, 2 points above second. So couldn't ask for a better start for the women's season, to be honest. And then
Oh, sorry.
No,
all
go
I was
ahead.
going to say is that this goes back to before the season started. Bear in mind that the friendlies were cancelled by the opposition.
Yeah.
So their prep wasn't particularly, up to what they wanted. And then the new signings they brought in as well. They've got, what was it, five new players?
5 of 3 of them being internationals as well, who look fantastic.
To compete in this league. So very clever work. And then obviously, losing the manager. And then, how do we go from here? Loads of obstacles thrown in the way, and they're just bashing them out of the way, aren't they? Just saying, come on, we'll move on. Exciting game of the weekend for them, Exeter at home. So that'll be a real tester.
Yeah.
Good competition. And it's a sort of team, really, that you need to play against to see where you actually are, what level you're at. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
brilliant start.
I'll be honest, Sean says it here, # had finished second last 2 seasons. So, I think aside from Exeter coming up, these 2 games will definitely be the test for us this side of the year. So, fantastic. And kudos to them. And I appreciate the input there, Malcolm. Not finally, actually, a couple more things left to discuss, but this one's a real standout, exciting bit for me. And it makes me look forward to what's going to happen in the Brentford game tonight, of course. And we come back to Amina Adley's debut and the minutes that he got in the Wolves game. 24 minutes, 30 touches, 12 out of 16 passes completed, creating chances, dribbling past people, tackling people, winning duels. Mate, everything about what he did looked exciting. It looked aggressive. It was proper winger behaviour, proper old school winger behaviour. You saw him bouncing back and forth off people, trying to run past defenders in the box. Everything that he was doing was exciting me. Am I wrong in getting that excited?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I think a lot of people obviously who know their football and have followed, the players that come in, so they do a bit of research and see what's online or whatever. They'll know that he has really good potential. Okay. Now there'll be these armchair fans will say, well, why bring this guy in? And he's proved the reason why. If I was in the stadium, I'd have been screaming, with joy because watching on the TV was brilliant enough. So expectations, well, they're certainly going up, aren't they?
Yeah, and unfortunately they are.
Was that a big shout out to say, give me a starting place?
I think it was a push in the right direction.
It didn't no harm whatsoever.
No.
Being fair and honest, Brooksy's had a brilliant start of the season. I wouldn't drop him. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a tough call for Andoni.
Well, what he's done is he's created the perfect team environment here because you've got the healthy battle for positions.
Yeah.
And you haven't got a healthy battle for people that don't deserve it, who are squabbling over positions. You've got people coming in who are hungry to fight and perform for these positions. Now, I'm not going to lie, I see Adley being one of these players who has done a super sensible move here. He's come to Bournemouth to steal the limelight. He's going to use this season to capture the Premier League audience, which we know happens so easily at a club like Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And by the end of this season, I think he's going to be a wanted man. Put it that way.
He ain't going anywhere, mate.
Yeah. So I'm not going to talk too soon on that, but
No.
yeah, I think he's going to be a fantastic player. I think he's really, really going to adapt into that position, and I think he's going to be a special one to watch, mate, for sure.
Yeah.
We've got Ethan Burney here backing up. Brooks was outstanding Saturday. Yeah, completely agree. I think it's unfortunate that he missed that first opportunity. I think within the first 5 minutes in the box. Cross in from Semenyo, I believe. But yeah, just getting in there and getting stuck in, constantly being involved in some of the plays up front. So can't complain at all. Tommy Parry. I want Dennis for goal sub wing backs. Christie and Scott, as he'll lose minutes for Christie back, and Doak, Adley, Cliver, and Krupi.
So it's a big ask.
It's a big ask, yeah.
Don't think it'll happen though, Tommy.
No. I mean, there's some of those might happen, but I can't see it all. Sean, as I said before, the bigger club, the bigger players you have as backup, which brings its own challenges. Yeah, does indeed. Tommy feels like a starting roster while still giving new recovering players minutes. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can understand that for sure. Just moving on to the last couple of bits, Malcolm. What I'm going to do is, as we always do, I'm going to ask, we did it last night, but for everyone that wasn't watching, score predictions on tonight's game.
Okay, I'm going to go for a 3-1.
Okay, and standout player?
Don't ask. Oh, crikey. Well, without even knowing who starting 11 is, so good question. I'm going to go Semenyo.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm going to go Semenyo. So, I mean, he started off like a beast this season already. I can't see Andoni leaving him out tonight. And he's just loving his football. You know, I'm not going to say he's got a point to prove because he hasn't. But I think he's taking his game up to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. I'm going to go 2-1.
Okay.
And my standout player is going to be James Hill.
Nice call.
Yeah. I think James Hill's going to be involved in this game tonight, and I think he's also one of the ones that is battling desperately to be in this first team and to get first team starting position. So I don't know. Let's wait and see for the lineups. But
can I ask your opinion on the news that happened? I don't know if you saw Andoni's press conference pre-Wolves game.
I think so. Yes.
Where Mark McAdam actually asked Andoni about Hill going to Leeds, and Andoni knew nothing about it. So what's the score there? Is this just maybe Mark McAdam got a tweet from somebody?
Look, I'm not going to say too much about Mark McAdam because I know that one of our close friends and fellow co-hosts is a very, very big fan of Mark McAdam.
We know, yes.
So, I think Mark McAdam is definitely the feet on the ground and the ears that are involved in the clubs. However, I also think he's the perfect and prime position to be able to create speculation at the click of a finger. So don't want to believe everything that he says that immediately comes out of his mouth.
No, I don't anyway.
No, and there's some stuff that I've disagreed with in the past. So my response to that is no. I wouldn't. I'd take everything Mark McAdam with a pinch of salt. And I don't believe any speculation of James Hill going to Leeds.
Yeah, I mean, Andoni did say he wants him to stay. So
yeah, I think James Hill is an integral part of Andoni's plans in the next 3 years.
Yeah, I'd go along with that.
Yeah. Darren Hurst predicting. Hang on, we've missed a couple here. Sean is going 2-1 Krupi with Christie winner. Nice, that'd be good. That'd be nice.
What are the odds on that then?
Oh, and Dango consolation goal.
I wouldn't have believed that.
Odds on that, I'm not sure. No idea. Crikey. David DaCosta, 1-0.
I'll take that.
Take it. Darren Hurst predicting 3-2. Standout player Adrian Traffert, who is getting better and better every game. Yeah, love that, Darren. Yeah, really like that.
Can't disagree with that.
No. Nick Gillings have gone 3-2 also. Clivert Semenyo Senesi.
Interesting.
Yeah, lovely call out again. Rate it. Tommy Parry Leeds also signed a new centre back who is staying. Fantastic. That should secure things. Appreciate that, Tommy. Legend. Nick Gillings, agree. R.E. Hill, already a decent player and has more to come. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I think some of the pre-season shows, Malcolm, for sure. James Hill, I've said from the start, is a standout player. He's one to watch this season. He's only going to get better and better, and I'm super excited to see what he does for the club.
Yeah, me too.
And Ethan, 3-0. Krupi, Adley, and Doak. Wow. That'd be good. That'd be awesome. And then Sean, finally, before we come on to a topic that's slightly unrelated to AFC Bournemouth, Sean, I think if we do sign this new centre-back, Hill would go, as Hill would move to fourth choice, since Senesi would be second or third choice. I haven't considered that. However, I don't think that'll happen, only because there's a reason that we are strengthening the depth of our defence line. I think there's a plan at play here. I think it's better to have 4 centre backs than 3, especially given our left back and right back capabilities. Some of the centre backs that we've signed are able to play right back or left back as well, as we've discussed.
Adaptability.
Yeah, so I think what we've got here is now a solid defensive habitat that can revolve around each other, essentially. Do you see what I mean? And I think it's great. Darren, Hill will stay as can cover anywhere. Yeah, boom. In centre back, right back, and even mid.
Spot on. Yeah.
Okay, look, we're slowly going to wrap Cherry AM up for Cherry News. However, we did just want to come on to something that Malcolm mentioned this morning. Malcolm.
Actually, firstly, there's 2 things. So on a personal note, yesterday, I applied for 3 tickets, as I mentioned to you last week.
Fantastic. Okay.
So, yeah, I was very surprised that the game was actually in the plan. So I applied. So watch this space. 26th of October. So hope you got a full tank, mate.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay, so go on.
That's fantastic news. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next part was last night's football.
Yeah, I mean, we cannot do a show without mentioning. I mean, I love football. Yes, I'm a Cherries fan, but I love football. And I watched the game last night, and that fixture does never ever fail to deliver. That it was for anybody else who in the chat who watched that game last night, did just put a comment in, because it was more than anything you could wish for in a game of football as a neutral to watch. Spectacular, absolutely spectacular. And what a crowning crowning finish.
Crazy.
That dummy from Slobosai, just to let the ball run through his legs like that was just so unbelievably unreal.
Yeah.
So
for a player like that to be able to come on and score as well for the likes of Arsenal, crikey. And it just sums up why, and it's I share your passion with this, why I love football. what an amazing circumstance to have happened. The way that it happened last night, just fantastic scenes, mate. Fantastic scenes.
I mean, the last two subs. They were 5 minutes. They were still on the touchline for 5 minutes, waiting to come on. That was the stupid thing. They were ready to get on, and I thought, well, are they going to play or not? But wow, what an atmosphere! God, my God, it's just like there was absolutely everything you want in a game of football. It happened. Unfortunately, Anthony Gordon, I don't know what he was thinking about. Let his teammates down. But that midfield from Newcastle, wow. I mean, it was the same midfield we went up against last season, if you recall, and it was like, it was awesome. I mean, I was buzzing after that game. Unlucky for Eddie Howe and his team, but you got to play to the final whistle. But for 10 against 11, it was just so superb stuff.
Well, you'd also be having a serious word with Gordon because the route that Eddie's taking right now and the route the team are trying to follow, you can't be acting like that. You cannot be behaving like that on the pitch.
It wasn't as though he was close to him. His run into the tackle, I don't know how many yards it was. And he was going. They showed it in real time, and I'm just thinking, wow, crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Tommy says it here. Feel for Eddie. 11 minutes felt harsh. What a game, though. Yeah. Couldn't agree more. But yeah, kudos to that game last night, and hats off because as Malcolm said, we are lovers of football here. We are fans of Cherries and AFC Bournemouth fans, of course, as we always will be. But blimey, what a bloody game yesterday! I was also on the edge of my seat the entire game, mate. We'll close the show down.
They got their money's worth, didn't they? The fans.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Thank you for everyone watching this morning. Please do come back again tomorrow, as me and Malcolm will be on tomorrow. We will talk about outgoings this time, as well as a few other bits and bobs, I'm sure. If you didn't watch yesterday's Cherry Slaps reaction show, please do go back and watch it. It would be fantastic to get the support. Also, next week's not a bank holiday. So when we do the Cherry Slaps reaction show for Tottenham, by all means, get involved, get in the chat. Let's get it as buzzing as our morning Cherry AM shows are. That would be fantastic. But for now, goodbye. And Malcolm, I will see you again tomorrow, my friend.
Yeah, have a great day, Ollie, and everybody in the chat. See you tomorrow. Up the Cherries.
Up the Cherries. Cheers.
Cheers.
TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
I should be like you, Mel.